Safety precaution. Those responsible for employees and students must ensure all activities or work tasks are assessed so that the necessary measures can be initiated to reduce risk. It may be possible to reduce risk by replacing materials, chemicals, equipments, or methods with something that is less hazardous. In this way, the work or activity can carried out reduced risk, ideally without the need to use personal protective equipment. Precautions and safety measures can be divided into organizational measures, technical protective measurement that used for personal equipment. First is the fume cupboard. Fume cupboard is the most important protective device in the laboratory. Next is the hearing protection. Noise can increase the risk of accident. Contribute to stress and causes hearing damage. Therefore, it is important to use hearing protection correctly. Next is gloves. It is both necessary and desirable to wear gloves within a number of areas of work. It is important to wear the correct gloves. And when choosing and wearing gloves, several factors need to be considered. Next is the respiratory protective equipment. There are many different types of respiratory protective equipment, depending on what type of pollutants you want to protect against.
Hello, I am Kurt Owen P. Rizaba, and this is my topic, electrical signage. Electrical safety signs are common warnings, and signs are universally recognizable with black text and yellow backgrounds. Electrical safety signs are vital to help indicate any hazards or risks that are associated with electrical equipments or power supplies. These are the examples of electrical signage. Electrical safety signs: danger, live wire overhead, danger, high voltage, danger of death, live wire overhead, danger, electrical hazards, authorized personnel only. These signs can help you prevent from danger, and it makes you to stay safe everywhere. So if you read these signs, make sure to follow it. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I am John Lloyd Rojo and we are going to talk about on what to do when working with electrical equipments. So today, any office or workplace setting operates on electricity. Electrical equipment from computers to machinery can all be potentially hazardous and can cause shock and burn injuries if improperly used or maintained. Though most general personnel don't need specialized electrical safety training, if you work around electricity but are not qualified to directly handle electrical equipment components, it's important to follow electrical safety related work to keep yourself and others safe. Here are 10 electrical safety tips for the workplace to help you avoid electrical hazards. First, prevent all potential contact with live electrical current. The best way to stay safe is to stay away from electrical hazards. Unqualified personnel should not interact or come close to electrical currents greater than 50 volts. So if you must work in the same area or room as an electrical hazard or equipment operating on more than 50 volts, maintain a safe distance. All panel doors should be shut and there should be no exposed wires around your work area before you begin your operation. Next, de-energize equipment and use lockout or tagout. Exposed live electrical parts must be de-energized before work on or near them is permitted. Prevent accidents and isolate electrical energy by locking and tagging out the electrical systems or parts of the system according to your company's lockout-tagout policy. So third, ensure safe use of electrical equipment. So properly using all electrical equipment can go a long way to ensure everyone's safety in the workplace. Employees should take care to handle electrical cords properly. So you should always unplug cords by pulling on the plug head rather than the cord. Don't press or overstretch electrical cords. Don't fasten cords with staples. Don't hang electrical equipments. Additionally, all cords and plugs in the workplace should be visually inspected for external defects prior to use. If you encounter a cord or plug with damage, do not use that equipment. So next, install proper physical barriers around electrical hazards. First, physical barriers should always be used to protect employees from any electrical hazards. Cabinet doors on electrical panels should always be closed, and panels should not have holes where an employee could come into contact with exposed wires. If cabinets cannot be closed, or if an electrical hazard cannot be fully closed in, shields, barriers, or insulating materials should not be used. Should be used. For example, if a qualified electrician is performing maintenance on an electrical panel and must keep the panel open, physical barriers should put in place to prevent others from entering the area. Signs should be placed to warn employees of the hazard, and the area in front of the electrical panel should be kept free of any obstructions. Next, beware of conductive tools and cleaning materials. If you are working in an area where an electrical hazard is present, always assume that electrical parts are live and act accordingly. Do not use conductive tools in the area. If you are cleaning the area, note that some cleaning materials are conductive as well and require additional caution. Solvent and water-based cleaning materials are electrically conductive, as are steel wool and materialized cloth. Keep these cleaning products as well as any conductive tools away from live electrical parts and equipment. Next, when working overhead, look above for electrical lines. When performing any work or maintenance overhead, beware of electrical lines. In most workplaces, there is the potential for live electrical equipment and parts above the floor level, which are only accessible with ladders or elevated platforms. Be sure to use a portable ladder with non-conductive side rails and stay at least 10 feet away from any exposed electrical lines while you are performing overhead work. Next, use extreme caution with flammable materials. We all know that electrical equipment that can cause ignition must not be used where flammable vapors, gases, or dust are present. Not only exception to this rule is when qualified personnel take measures to lock out and isolate electrical energy sources before these potentially flammable materials may be used, or the electrical equipment is designed for use under these types of condition. Next, only qualified personnel should work live electrical wires. If you encounter a live electrical wire, you should stay away. Only qualified personnel with a proper training should work on electrical wires. The same electrical safety precaution applies to hazardous electrical equipments. Any live electrical hazard should only be approached and managed by qualified personnel. If you see a live electrical wire that is not attended, you should notify the appropriate electrical safety personnel, who should immediately place physical safety barriers. Next, always follow your company's electrical safety work practices. Every company has unique electrical safety and safety work practices depending on the electrical equipment and hazard present in your industry or workplace. It is important to always follow your company's specific electrical safety work practices to keep yourself and other employees safe. And last but not the least, electrical shock can be deadly. In every situation, treat an electrical part as if it is live. Electrically live parts do not look different from de-energized parts. To ensure safety, it's best to assume that any electrical part is live. Take precautions to keep power on its path and protect yourself. You can't be too careful when it comes to electricity. Electricity is a common but dangerous workplace hazard. Only those who are qualified to work with electrical components should do so. Otherwise, it is always in your best interest to keep away from live electrical currents. If your team is looking for electrical safety training for the workplace, the Safety Electrical course offers a great overview of basic electrical safety for individuals with limited electrical training. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ed Dominic K. Ruiz, and I'm here to talk about what should not do when you're working out with electrical equipment. So now I'm going to share about precautions when working with electricity. So it's vitally important to take safety precautions because when working with electricity, safety must not be compromised, and some ground rules need to be followed first. So the basic guidelines regarding the safe handling of electricity is documented below, and I'm gonna share this so it can help you while working with electricity. So first is avoid water at all times when working with electricity. Never touch or try repairing any electrical equipment when you are wet or there's a water something like that. So second is never use equipment with frayed cords, damaged installations, or broken plugs. So never use because it can cause a harm to you. So third is if you are working on any receptacle at your home, then always turn off the mains. So it is important to turn off the mains to avoid you danger. So fourth is always use insulated tools while working. So it is important, no? Insulated tools to avoid to be harmed or something not in danger. So lastly is electrical hazards. So include exposed, energized parts and unguardable electrical equipment which may become energized unexpectedly. Such equipment always carries warning signs. So that's all I can share to you, the precautions when working with electricity. So it is important that you know about this because it can avoid you in any harm and in danger. So that's all. Thank you.
So, good day everyone, I'm Rafael Juntanya, and this is my reaction video about the electrical incident. So, as you can see in the pictures, these are the illegal connection in the Philippines, which is an example of electrical incident. So, you can see the wires people have connected to an electricity pylon. These are illegal connection. That the word illegal means against the law. So illegal connection means any connection or reconnection to a system through municipal services are provided, which is not authorized or approved by the municipality on an authorized official. The excessive usage of electricity resulting from the illegal connections overload the transformers, causing explosions that result in prolonged unplanned outages that can last for many days and leave all homes, traffic lights, and businesses in area without power. So, if you encounter illegal connections, you can report it to the authority. So, illegal electricity connection is an informal settlement. Notice that there is no control box at the top of the pole for measuring electricity usage or for cutting off the electricity in case of a short circuit. The electricity company needs money to buy coal, new generators, and to pay the people that maintain the generators. This is why we have to pay for the electricity. Electricity is not a cheap energy resources, which is why some people make illegal connections. That's all. Thank you.